The story begins on a gray, rainy afternoon. A bus pulls up to a stop on a bustling street, its doors hiss open, and passengers shuffle off, umbrellas in hand. As the driver scans the sidewalk, he notices a small child, drenched and sobbing, clutching a tattered stuffed bunny. Her big eyes, filled with tears, meet his, and without hesitation, he steps out, his heart aching at the sight. The bus driver kneels beside her, his voice gentle and reassuring, trying to coax out her name, her home, anything to help. Through hiccups and tears, she manages to tell him she's lost and scared, unable to find her way back home. Her tiny fingers grip his uniform sleeve, desperate for a sense of security. Seeing no one else around to help, he makes a decision. He takes the child's hand, guiding her onto the bus. He seats her in the front, right next to him, where she'll be safe. His passengers murmur with understanding, their usual commute suddenly more meaningful. He announces to the remaining riders that there will be a slight detour. They nod in solidarity, their hearts collectively warmed by the unfolding act of kindness. Throughout the journey, the bus driver talks to the little girl, his soothing words a balm to her frayed nerves. He asks about her favorite toys, her friends at school, anything to keep her mind off the fear and to gather clues. With each exchange, the picture of her neighborhood becomes clearer in his mind. Passengers chime in with suggestions, sharing their own stories of being lost as children and the good Samaritans who helped them find their way. The bus transforms into a moving community of care and empathy. Finally, after what seems like hours but is merely minutes, the bus driver spots a familiar landmark the child mentioned, a big red mailbox at the corner of a quiet street. He turns the bus onto that street, the little girl's face lighting up with recognition. She points excitedly, her tears replaced with a radiant smile as they approach a small, cozy house with a blue door. As the bus pulls to a stop, the front door of the house bursts open. A frantic woman rushes out, followed closely by a man, their faces pale with worry. When they see their daughter step off the bus, safe and sound, they run to her, scooping her into their arms, their relief palpable. They turn to the bus driver, their eyes brimming with gratitude. The mother steps forward, her voice choked with emotion. She thanks the driver profusely, her hands clasping his. The father follows suit, shaking the driver's hand firmly, his voice breaking as he expresses his heartfelt appreciation. They invite him inside, insisting he join them for dinner as a small token of their gratitude. That evening, the bus driver finds himself seated at a warmly lit kitchen table, a plate of home-cooked food in front of him. The house is filled with laughter and tears of joy, the little girl now happily playing with her toys, her parents stealing grateful glances at the bus driver. As the meal progresses, stories are shared, and a bond forms between them. It's a simple but profound gesture that transcends the barriers of strangers, turning an act of kindness into the beginning of a lasting friendship. The next day, as the bus driver resumes his usual route, he notices something different. At each stop, passengers board with smiles and nods of appreciation, some even bringing small tokens of thanks, a coffee, a homemade cookie, a heartfelt note. The story of his good deed has spread, touching the hearts of many. Weeks later, the bus driver receives a letter in the mail. It's from the little girl's parents, inviting him to a community event. He attends, finding a warm welcome and a crowd that treats him like a local hero. The event culminates in a special presentation where the family, along with city officials, publicly thank him. They present him with a plaque, a symbol of their eternal gratitude, and a key to the city, marking him as an honorary member of their community. The bus driver accepts these honors with humility, his eyes misting as he looks out at the faces of those he's touched. The event closes with a group photo, the little girl perched happily on his knee, her parents beaming beside them. This story, captured in its entirety, serves as a reminder of the impact of a single act of kindness. It illustrates how the simplest of gestures, driven by compassion and empathy, can ripple out, touching many lives and fostering a sense of community and shared humanity. And so, the bus driver's tale becomes a local legend, a beacon of hope and kindness, inspiring others to look out for one another, to lend a helping hand, and to believe in the good that resides in each of us. The bus driver, now a local hero, finds his routine subtly changed by the events of that rainy afternoon. Each morning, as he climbs into the driver's seat, he feels a deeper connection to his passengers and a renewed sense of purpose. The bus route, once a series of mundane stops, has transformed into a journey of small, meaningful interactions. One chilly morning, a young man boards the bus, carrying a bouquet of flowers. He approaches the driver with a shy smile, handing him a single rose. "Thank you for what you did," he says softly. "My sister got lost once, and someone helped her. People like you make the world better." The driver accepts the rose, touched by the gesture, and places it in a cup holder by his seat, where it becomes a daily reminder of kindness. As days turn into weeks, the bus driver notices other changes too. Passengers seem to talk more, sharing stories and laughs that echo through the bus. A sense of camaraderie develops, binding them together in a web of shared experiences. One passenger, an elderly woman named Mrs. Patel, starts bringing homemade snacks for everyone. "Food brings people together," she says with a twinkle in her eye, handing out samosas and chai on particularly cold mornings. During one of these mornings, as the bus idles at a stoplight, a teenage boy, headphones around his neck, strikes up a conversation with the bus driver. "I heard what you did for that girl," he says. "You're a good guy?" The driver, modest as ever, just nods and replies, "Just did what anyone should." The boy grins and takes a seat, a spark of respect in his eyes. The seasons change, and with spring comes the anniversary of the fateful day the bus driver helped the lost child. The little girl, now more confident and outgoing, boards the bus with her parents. They've brought a cake, and as the bus makes its way through the city, they celebrate together. The passengers, now friends, share slices of cake and stories, the bus buzzing with warmth and laughter. One summer evening, as the driver prepares to end his shift, he notices a figure standing by the bus stop. It's the little girl's father, holding a shiny new bicycle. "We wanted to do something special for you," he says, his voice filled with gratitude. "This bike is a thank you from our family. We hope it brings you as much joy as you've brought us." The bus driver, overwhelmed, accepts the gift with tears in his eyes. The bus driver's act of kindness continues to ripple through the community in unexpected ways. Inspired by his story, a group of high school students decides to create a mural on the side of a local building. They paint a scene of the bus, surrounded by smiling faces, with the words, "Kindness moves us forward," emblazoned above. The mural becomes a local landmark, reminding everyone of the power of compassion. As the years pass, the bus driver remains a beloved figure in the community. He attends birthday parties, graduations, and even weddings of those he's helped. The little girl he once saved grows up, and each milestone of her life is celebrated with the bus driver by her side. She calls him her guardian angel, and to her, he is. One autumn day, as the bus driver prepares to retire, the community gathers to bid him farewell. The event is held at the park, and people of all ages come to thank him. They present him with a scrapbook filled with letters, photographs, and memories of the lives he's touched. As he flips through the pages, he realizes the true impact of his actions. His kindness has woven a tapestry of love and connection that will endure long after he's gone. The bus driver, now retired, spends his days tending to a community garden. He often reflects on his years of service, grateful for the friendships and memories he's made. The garden becomes a place of gathering, where people come to share stories, pick vegetables, and enjoy the beauty of life. The story of the bus driver and the lost child becomes a cherished tale, passed down through generations. It inspires acts of kindness and reminds everyone that even the smallest gesture can change a life. The bus driver may have retired, but his legacy of compassion lives on, proving that kindness truly moves us forward. In his final years, the bus driver remains a beloved figure, his heart forever intertwined with the community he served. The garden he tends flourishes just like the bonds he nurtured. Children visit him, eager to hear stories and learn from his wisdom. He becomes a mentor, a living testament to the power of kindness. One sunny afternoon, as the bus driver tends to his garden, he hears a familiar voice call out. It's the little girl, now a young woman, with her own child in tow. She embraces him, her eyes filled with gratitude. I wanted my daughter to meet the man who taught me the true meaning of kindness, she says. The bus driver smiles, his heart swelling with pride. As the seasons change once more, the bus driver's health begins to decline. The community rallies around him, offering their support and care. They bring him meals, help with his garden, and sit by his side, sharing stories and laughter. The bus driver, surrounded by love, feels at peace. On a crisp winter evening, the bus driver passes away, his life a testament to the power of compassion. The community mourns his loss, but they also celebrate the legacy he's left behind. They gather at the park, sharing memories and stories, their hearts united by the kindness he inspired. A statue is erected in his honor, depicting him in his uniform, a gentle smile on his face. The plaque reads, "In memory of our bus driver, a beacon of kindness who moved us forward." The statue becomes a symbol of hope and a reminder that even the smallest acts of compassion can change the world. The garden he once tended flourishes, a living tribute to his spirit. The community continues to gather there, planting new seeds and nurturing the bonds they've forged. The bus driver's legacy lives on in the hearts and actions of those he's touched. Years later, the little girl, now an elderly woman, tells her grandchildren the story of the bus driver who helped her find her way home. Her eyes sparkle with memories, and her voice trembles with emotion. He taught me that kindness is the greatest gift we can give, she says, and that it has the power to change lives. The grandchildren, inspired by the tale, promise to carry on the bus driver's legacy. They vow to be kind, to help others, and to spread love wherever they go. The story of the bus driver becomes a part of their family's history, a cherished lesson passed down through generations. In the end, the bus driver's impact is immeasurable. His simple act of kindness creates ripples that touch countless lives, inspiring a wave of compassion that spans time and space. His story is a reminder that we all have the power to make a difference, and that even the smallest gestures can leave a lasting legacy. The bus driver may be gone, but his spirit lives on in the hearts of those he helped. His legacy of kindness continues to inspire, proving that compassion truly moves us forward. And in this way, his story never truly ends, but instead becomes a part of the fabric of the community he loved and served. The little girl, now an elderly woman, sits in her cozy living room, surrounded by family photos and mementos of a life well lived. She often reflects on that fateful day when a kind bus driver changed her life forever. The lessons of compassion and empathy he imparted have stayed with her, guiding her actions and shaping her values. Her grandchildren, eager to hear more about the bus driver's legacy, gather around her one evening. She begins to tell them about the many lives he touched and the community he helped build. Each story she shares is a testament to the enduring power of kindness and the ripple effect it can create. One of the grandchildren, a young girl named Lily, is particularly captivated by the story. Inspired by her grandmother's tales, she decides to embark on her own journey of kindness. She starts small, helping her classmates with their homework and volunteering at local shelters. Her acts of kindness begin to gain attention, and she soon finds herself leading a school initiative to promote empathy and compassion. Lily's efforts are recognized by the community, and she is invited to speak at a local event celebrating acts of kindness. She stands on stage, her voice steady and confident, and shares the story of the bus driver who inspired her. As she speaks, she sees the faces of the audience light up, their hearts touched by the tale. The event is a resounding success, and Lily's initiative grows. She forms a club at school called the Kindness Crew, where students come together to brainstorm ways to make their community a better place. They organize fundraisers, clean up parks, and visit nursing homes, spreading joy and love wherever they go. As the years pass, Lily's club evolves into a citywide movement. People from all walks of life join in, united by a shared commitment to kindness. The movement's impact is felt far and wide, transforming the city into a beacon of compassion and empathy. One day, Lily receives an invitation to speak at a national conference on community building. She is thrilled at the opportunity and prepares diligently for her presentation. As she stands on stage, she thinks of her grandmother and the bus driver who started it all. With a deep breath, she begins to tell their story, weaving in her own experiences and the lessons she's learned along the way. Her speech is met with a standing ovation, and Lily feels a profound sense of gratitude. She knows that she is part of something much larger than herself, a legacy of kindness that spans generations. The conference attendees are inspired by her words, and many of them return to their own communities with a renewed sense of purpose. Back in her hometown, Lily continues her work with the Kindness Crew. The movement has grown beyond her wildest dreams, and she often marvels at the impact they have made. She sees the change in people's attitudes, the way they treat each other with more respect and understanding. The city has become a place where kindness is the norm, and it all started with a single act of compassion from a humble bus driver. As the years go by, Lily's movement spreads to neighboring cities and eventually across the country. People are inspired by the story of the bus driver and the little girl, and they are eager to be part of something that brings about positive change. The movement becomes a nationwide phenomenon, with chapters in every state and thousands of members dedicated to promoting kindness. Lily, now a young woman, is invited to speak at an international summit on global kindness initiatives. She travels to different countries, sharing her story and learning about the incredible acts of compassion happening around the world. She meets like-minded individuals who are passionate about making a difference, and together they form a global network of kindness advocates. One of the most memorable moments of Lily's journey comes when she visits a small village in a remote part of the world. The villagers, who have heard about her work, welcome her with open arms. They share their own stories of kindness and resilience, and Lily is deeply moved by their generosity and warmth. In the village, Lily meets a young girl named Amina, who reminds her of her own younger self. Amina is full of curiosity and dreams of making the world a better place. Lily takes Amina under her wing, mentoring her and encouraging her to pursue her passions. Amina, inspired by Lily's guidance, starts her own kindness initiative in the village. She organizes community cleanups, helps her neighbors with their chores, and creates a small library where children can come to read and learn. The village flourishes under Amina's leadership, and Lily is proud to see the torch of kindness being passed on to the next generation. As Lily's global movement continues to grow, she finds herself reflecting on the journey that brought her here. She thinks of her grandmother, who taught her the importance of compassion, and the bus driver whose simple act of kindness set everything in motion. She knows that their legacy will live on through the countless acts of kindness happening every day, all around the world. Lily eventually writes a book about her experiences, titled The Ripple Effect of Kindness. It becomes a bestseller, inspiring readers of all ages to embrace empathy and make a positive impact in their own communities. The book is translated into multiple languages, spreading the message of compassion to people across the globe. In her later years, Lily continues to work tirelessly for her cause. She travels, speaks, and mentors young leaders, always striving to make the world a kinder place. She knows that the work is never truly done, but she is heartened by the progress she has seen and the lives she has touched. As Lily reflects on her life's work, she realizes that the true power of kindness lies in its ability to connect people. It bridges gaps, heals wounds, and brings out the best in humanity. She knows that the bus driver's legacy is not just about the actions he took, but about the way he made people feel seen, valued, and loved. One evening, Lily receives a letter from Amina, now a young woman herself. Amina writes about the positive changes in her village and the impact of the Kindness Initiative. She thanks Lily for her mentorship and promises to continue spreading the message of compassion. Lily reads the letter with tears in her eyes, knowing that the legacy of kindness is in good hands. As Lily prepares for yet another speaking engagement, she takes a moment to look at a photograph on her desk. It's an old, faded picture of a bus driver, kneeling beside a little girl, offering her a comforting smile. She smiles back at the photo, grateful for the journey it represents and the countless lives it has touched. Lily steps onto the stage, ready to share her story once more. She speaks with passion and conviction, her words resonating with the audience. She knows that each person in the room has the power to make a difference, to create their own ripple effect of kindness. And so, the legacy of the bus driver lives on, carried forward by those who believe in the transformative power of compassion. His story, a testament to the enduring impact of a single act of kindness, continues to inspire and uplift, reminding us all that we have the power to change the world, one act of kindness at a time.